So let's come on over and roll down, and we're going to use our ball between our knees and get the core happy. And let's come on down to the mat, squeezing the ball. And we're going to start by lengthening the arms out to the side and just rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. And take that deep breath as you slowly slide your arms up over your head, lengthening both arms. And just take a couple of breaths as you press the low back down. And we're securing the feet down, squeezing the ball. And then we're going to bring the arms down as the hips lift up. And let's do a few of these. And let's do 2 more. And the last one, we're going to hold the hips up and walk the shoulders closer together as we roll the shoulders down and breathe. And then let's roll the hips down, and we're going to just let the knees come over to the right, head rolls to the left, and start to breathe deeper into the ribs. And then let's roll over to the other side, same thing. And 2 more breaths. And we're going to come back to the center. Let's put our hands behind our head. We're still squeezing the ball. We're going to do regular crunches, lifting and lowering. And then we're going to straighten the legs up toward the ceiling and keep going, bending and straightening the legs as we lift and lower the chest. And 2 more. And let's release. So we're going to put our feet down, roll the hips up, and take 3 slow breaths, lifting the hips a little higher. And then we're going to take the ball out of the knees and put it under the back. And let's bring the knees up 90 degrees with the legs. And we're going to take one leg out and in, and then the other. And wake up the hips, the belly, and keep breathing. Let's walk our legs up toward the ceiling as we do this. And then start to walk the legs back down slowly. And then one more time, start to walk the legs up toward the ceiling, and we're going to keep them up at the ceiling. One more. Now let's point and flex our feet. And we're going to make our circles with the feet. And then circle in the opposite direction. And let's point our toes, and we're going to make our big circles with the legs, just 3 in one direction. And then 3 in the other direction. Last one. And we're going to release the feet and try our happy baby. And take a few breaths into the back. And let's bring our feet together in butterfly, Baddha Konasana. And a couple more slow breaths. And then let's do a half happy baby, putting our left foot down. And then we're going to switch legs and do the other leg, so holding the left foot, right foot down. And then let's put both feet down. We're going to cross the right foot over the left thigh, and let's lift and lower slowly. We're only going to do 5, and try to do that resistance. And if you can take your hands to your hip bones for a little bit more balance, you can give it a try. And this last one, let's hold the legs up, and you can bring the arms through so that you're holding the back of the left thigh. And one more breath. And let's release, and we're going to switch sides. So left foot over the right thigh, and we're going to do that lifting and lowering. Just slowly feeling the balance. Hands on the hip bones if you can. And 2 more. And let's hold the leg up and bring our hands underneath the right thigh. And then we're going to release and uncross. Take the feet down, roll the hips up. Walk the shoulder blades together. You can take the ball out, and let's see if we could bring our hands closer to the heels and breathe. And then we're going to lower down, and let's roll over to the side and come on up. And we're going to try our pretzel pose. So let's sit on the ball if you need it. And right leg in front, left leg behind. And wake up the hips a little bit more and twist to the right, keeping the left hip down. And then we're going to twist to the left. And then forward fold. And let's come on up. And we're going to take our right hand down, left arm over. Let's see if we can bring the forearm down and start to lengthen and roll the chest open. And breathe. And let's come on up and go to the other side. And one more breath. And then we're going to come back to the center and switch our legs. So left leg in front, right leg behind. And let's lengthen and twist to the left and breathe, rolling the shoulders down. And then twist to the right. And then we're going to hinge forward, taking some deep breaths. And we're coming on up, left hand down, right arm over, maybe the forearm, and lengthen and open the chest. And let's go to the other side, right hand down, left arm over, and breathe. And we're going to come back to the center. Now let's sit on the ball with our feet down on the floor, on the mat, and forward fold. We're going to do a few cat-cows like this. With the breath, lengthening the chest as we look up. Exhale, hinging forward a little bit more, and doing a couple more. And then we're going to take our hands together. So we're going to press the legs into the elbows, rolling the shoulders down. Just kind of feel that tension into the hips. Take another deep breath, rolling the shoulders down. Just notice what's happening to the shoulders, and then release. So we're going to come on off of the ball. And let's come in our Dandasana pose and feel the legs pressing down into the mat. We're going to cross our right leg over the left and twist to the right. And then coming back to the center, let's release and switch our legs, crossing the left one over, twisting to the left. And then let's come back to the center. So we're going to try our table pose, feet down and lift the hips up, stretching the arms. And then looking straight ahead, let's do 5 tricep push-ups. And we're going to put our bottoms down, come into that big V, feet together, and hinging forward. And let's take 3 more breaths. And we're going to come on up. Let's make our way over to hands and knees and do some regular cat-cows. First of all, stretch through the fingers. So as you press the palms down, you can really feel the lengthening of the fingers, and then start the cat-cows. And we're going to come back to a neutral spine. Let's take our right leg behind us and press through the toes, through the back of the legs. Opening up the back of the leg, 1 more breath. Then we're going to switch and take the left leg back, curling the toes under, stretching through the whole back of your left leg. And then we're going to come on up to bringing our arms up over our head. Big breath, we're on our knees, stretching the spine. And then let's come into our puppy pose. And down into sphinx. And take another couple of breaths. And then our half arm plank. And then child's pose, sitting back on the heels. Let's walk the fingers farther away from us. We're going to come into downward dog. And come up on our toes. Bend the knees, feel the shoulders rolling down. And we're going to walk to the top of our mat. And let's take another breath in our forward fold. And we're going to roll all the way up and reach the arms out and up. Hands to our heart, twisting the upper body to the right and then to the left, back to the center. So we're going to take our elbows like you're in, our elbows are hugging our waist. Hands are facing forward, palms facing each other, just like when we're using that strap. So we're going to open the arms, the bottom, the hands out and in, the whole lower arm, as you're squeezing the elbows toward the waist, and we're standing up tall. And 1 more. And then reach the arms up, inhale up, forward fold, and let's step the right leg back into that lunge. Take a couple of breaths here. And step back, down dog. And right leg lifts up and steps forward. And the left. And let's come halfway up, forward fold, and inhale all the way up, reaching up. Hands to our heart, and let's twist the upper body to the left, and then to the right, and back to the center. So we're going to do the same thing, hugging the elbows to the sides. rolling the shoulders down and opening the lower arms out and in. Adding a little resistance and just feel what's going on in the shoulders. And one more. And now we're going to inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Step the left leg back for our lunge and take a couple of breaths. And step back, down dog. Lift the left leg up. Let's step the leg forward and the right. Halfway up, forward fold. And let's come all the way up. And hands to our heart. And we're going to try just standing on our left foot and lifting the right knee up. One more breath. And then switching legs, right foot down, left leg up. And then putting our left foot down, let's inhale up. And with the arms up, we're going to come up on our toes and hold. And then come down on the heels, forward fold. Let's step our right leg back again. This time left arm up in a twist. Back to down dog. And right leg lifts up and steps forward. And the left. And halfway up, forward fold. And inhale all the way up. Again, as we reach up, we're going to come up on our toes and hold. One more breath. And then coming down on our heels, forward fold. Left leg steps back for our lunge, and right arm comes up. And then we're coming back to down dog. And left leg lifts up and steps forward. And the right. Let's try a regular forward fold here, holding the elbows and taking a couple more breaths. And then releasing the arms, coming all the way up and looking up, stretching a little back bend and hands to our heart. Let's lift our right knee up and do a can or two. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and put the right foot down and switch. Left knee up and can. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and left foot down. So we're going to take our right leg out in front of us, but toes pointed, big toe kind of reaching forward, and take the leg to the right and the middle and the left. And do a couple of these. And then just one more. And we're going to put the right foot down. We're going to switch, pointing the left toe, taking the leg out to the left, the middle, and the right. And a couple more. We're standing up nice and tall. One more. And then left foot down. Now we're going to lift the right knee up and hold the right foot for dancer. Left arm up. And let's try a warrior 3, taking the right leg back. And we're going to come back to a warrior 1 and reach up. And reach forward and take the right hand down, left arm up. Big breath. And then both arms up with our palms together. And then we're going to clasp our hands behind us for humble warrior. Inhale and exhale, forward fold. And now coming up in our back bend, opening the heart. And let's reach our arms out and up, warrior 1. And now we're stepping forward back in our Tadasana, and just take a breath, rolling the shoulder down. Feel the difference. And now we're going to lift the left knee up and hold the left foot. Dancer, right arm up. One more breath. And then let's come into our warrior 3, left leg back. And then all the way back for warrior 1 and reaching up. And now reaching forward, left fingers down, right arm up. And both arms up, palms together. And let's clasp our hands behind us, humble warrior. Inhale and forward fold. And we're going to come up in our back bend, opening the throat. And arms reach out and up, back to our warrior 1. And let's step forward. And here we are back in Tadasana. And take another breath, just feel your body. Let's inhale the arms up, forward fold, and we're going to come back to our down dog. Let's take 3 more breaths. And we're going to come into our child's pose and take a few breaths here. Let's walk our arms over to the right. And then over to the left. In the center. And we're going to sit up on our heels and bring our hands to our heart, rolling the shoulders down. Now let's release the hands down and twist to the right. And then over to the left. And to the center. So we're going to slither forward and come back in our puppy pose and take 3 more breaths. And let's make our way back to Sphinx. And lengthen through the whole spine. So we're going to come all the way down and reach the arms over our head. Let's come into dancer on our belly. So we're going to bend the right leg and hold the right foot. Last deep breath. And then let's switch our legs and we're going to hold the left ankle. And one more breath. Now let's release that and we're going to walk our hands underneath our thighs, lengthening the legs. And now let's lift everything up and slowly lower down and do a few more. Let's do one more and we're going to hold ourselves up and just take the legs out and in quickly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. And let's do our 5 cobras since we're here. And 2 more. And we're going to come back to our child's pose and bring our arms behind us. And now let's sit up on our heels again. And we're going to clasp our hands behind us and roll the shoulders down. And let's make our way into rabbit. So we're going to put our forehead down, lift the hips up. Let's take 3 more breaths. And then we're going to release and sit back on our heels. And just reach the arms up over the head and take a deep breath. And then we're going to bring the arms forward, regular child's pose. And come back to our down dog. And let's lift the right leg up and come into warrior 2. And let's take 3 more breaths. And reverse, left arm down, right arm up. And now our forearm comes down, left arm over, and we're going to lengthen and roll the chest open. Let's come back to reverse. And then warrior 2. And Trikonasana. And let's come all the way up in our wide-legged pose. So we're going to bring the arms up over our head, reaching up, a little back bend, forward fold, and go side to side with the legs or just hold and breathe. And we're going to make our way back up, reaching up again, another back bend. And then warrior two, turning the left foot out. 3 breaths. And reverse. And now let's take the forearm down to the left thigh, right arm over, and lengthen as we roll the chest open. And we're going to come back to our reverse, right arm down, left arm up. And warrior two. And Trikonasana, straightening our left leg. And let's come all the way up. Let's reach both arms up. And we're going to come into our goddess pose. Let's turn the feet out and bring the elbows open and closed. And one more. And just hold for a couple more breaths. Now we're going to inhale up, come back to down dog, and we'll take 3 breaths. Let's come forward to up dog. And if you want, come on the top of your feet and keep lengthening. And then we're going to come into our child's pose. Back to downward dog. Let's walk to the top of our mat. And come halfway up. Forward fold, and let's come all the way up, reaching up. And hands to our heart in Tadasana. And one more breath. Let's make our way down to a squat. And we're going to take a few more breaths here. And one more breath. And let's roll down and let's come into our happy baby. And just notice the difference in your body. Let's take 3 more breaths. And then we're going to bring our feet together, Baddha Konasana, and press the sacrum down. 3 breaths. We're going to put our feet back down on the mat and roll the hips up. And we're going to walk the shoulder blades together just a little bit more as we lift the hips. Just notice the difference in your body. And then we're going to roll back down, roll the hips down. And we're going to cross the right knee over the left and come into our spinal twist. Just let the hip relax. And one more breath. Let's come back to the center and uncross and cross the left knee over the right. Roll the legs to the right and breathe. And one more breath. And we're going to come back to the center and let's uncross. And we're going to bring the back down on the mat for Shavasana. And just allow everything to relax. Palms are facing up. Notice how the weight of the legs and the spine are pressing into the mat. Nice slow inhales and exhales. And just notice as you're breathing, that beautiful breath as it comes in and goes out. We're wishing ourselves good health and harmony, wishing peace for our homes and families and communities, and peace to our brothers and sisters everywhere. Now let's take a deep breath, and we're going to begin to wiggle our fingers and our toes, stretching the arms over our head, and when you're ready, rolling to the side. And we're going to come on up and bring our hands to our heart and seal in our practice today together. Let's take a deep inhale and sigh. One more time. Namaste. Thank you, ladies, for coming today.
Thank you, Marian. That was lovely as usual.
I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
Me too.
All right, beautiful.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.